I was fucking muted. Oh, God. Thank you, James Rivera, for saying what's up and telling me I was muted. That was amazing. Anyways, James Capozzi, what up? Tony Laura, what up? Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Sorry about being late. Shoot happens, and but here I am. So, yeah, better late than never. Sorry about also, I was out last week. Couldn't be avoided. Had stuff going on, family stuff. But here I am. So, yeah, glad to be here. Glad to be here. Hope everybody can hear me. If you guys can hear me okay. Yeah. Yeah, I figured that out, Fix It Danner, that used to be Smoke 42 Vape. Thank you for the compliment. You know, speaking of the review this week, I was really happy with it. I was really happy with the review, and that's the first time in a really long time that I've been really happy with a review. To be honest, it wasn't, you know what, and it wasn't even, the review wasn't super amazing or anything. It was just, I was happy with it. I was happy with it. Yeah. I'm finally getting my head around the new editing software. It's still taking me a long time to edit, but then the actual rendering process is much quicker on the new computer. But that new video editing program is still, I'm still learning it. I'm still learning it. So for the time being, if I can get out a video a week, I'm actually pretty happy. I'm hoping to move up to 2 videos a week, which is kind of like where I was before Windows Movie Maker shit the bed. Just drinking Rockstar here. Nothing alcoholic. Although this shit is like worse for you than any kind of alcohol. Sin in, my dear, how are you? I'm so glad to see you here. Let me turn some lights on up above here. So yeah. And I don't need headphones. There's nobody on the fucking show. I don't know why I have headphones on. There we go. There we go. And just to dispel any kind of rumors or anything, there's nobody on the show, but that's just because I've been so busy that I haven't had a chance to like really invite anyone on and kind of make that happen. It's not like people are shitting on me or anything. It's just, well, they probably are shitting on me, but I just haven't made it happen. But yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm going to keep calling you Smoke 42 Vape. You're fucking with me now, man. You're changing your name. I already have enough trouble fucking maintaining names. So if you guys didn't see this week's review, it was for PB and Jam Monster, which I actually have right here. This is a strawberry PB and Jam Monster, and this was sent out by Fix It Danner, aka Smoke 42 Vape. Church, my brother, what's going on? And there were so many things that happened during this review that caused setbacks. First off, if you watch the review, if you look at the actual green screen backdrop, it is for Jam Monster, PB and Jam Monster, but it's for the grape version. Now, okay, so the whole review, I did no research, I'm not going to lie. And so the whole review, I'm assuming that this strawberry was it, right? Because it doesn't say PB and Jam Monster Strawberry. It just says PB and Jam Monster. So for the whole review, I'm under the impression that this is it, that this is the only flavor available, right? Okay, good enough. I got you. So I can still call you Smoke 42 Vape. Good to know. So I thought that this was the only PB and Jam Monster. So for a large portion of the review, I'm actually saying I would like this a lot if it was offered in other flavors. And then, of course, I come to find out when I'm actually going to do the thumbnail for the video, it is offered in other flavors. In fact, it was offered in other flavors first before they did this. So I had to go in and do, this is actually, the video is uploading at that moment. So I had to go in erase that video off of YouTube, go in, edit the video, and just a couple different things happen like that. And so now, from now on, my resolution is I'm going to research these goddamn things before I film them, because it was kind of embarrassing. But I am curious. I'm actually gonna trying to get my hands on some of the grape version of this, and because I like the flavor, I just don't like the strawberry. The strawberry to me and this tastes real artificial. So tis what it is. I'm still vaping it, and I still stand behind my score. I think it's a way above average PB&J vape. In the comments of the video of the review, somebody had said they saw Code 69 on sale for $6.99 a bottle from some website that they weren't familiar with. I don't know much about you guys, but personally, I don't order from sites that I'm not familiar with. Hey, that's really loud.
Hey, I'm shutting the door, so chill out.
You chill out, attitude. Attitude.
You're really loud.
I know. So, yeah, so I would love it if we could get some Code 69 by Drip Code. If you're not familiar, Code 69 by Drip Code is the peanut butter and jelly vape. It's the best. But it's just not available. And if it is available, it's got some kind of crazy shipping time on it. So yeah, smash that goddamn like button, everybody. The grape is bad, cough medicine all the way. Ugh. There's just no winning with these guys. You know, when I first tried, not the PB and Jam Monster, but when I first tried Jam Monster, just full stop Jam Monster, I actually was impressed because they did nail what they were going for. It tasted like butter. It tasted like toast. It tasted like jam. Yeah, but this it quickly wears on you. It's kind of like Pancake Man. Pancake Man is good for like the first bottle, and then it's like universal. Like everybody loves the first bottle of Pancake Man, and then the second bottle is just like, ugh. So speaking of meh, what's everybody vaping on tonight? Let me hear one thing. Sound off in the comments. Let me hear one thing you're vaping on, or the one thing you're vaping on. It could be multiple, whatever. Let me hear what you're vaping. See, Jam Master Apple. Have not tried it. Have not tried it. We talked about this last time, Sinan. You can't do peanut butter vapes, but you love peanut butter. See, Code 69. It's God. If we could just get some, it would end all the suffering in the world. I don't see her in the chat yet, but if Zoe's here or if she sees this, I haven't forgotten about you, Zoe. I have that bottle of the menthol Naked 100 I'm going to send to you. I still have 2 more bottles of White Girl to send out as well. Things have just slowed down. If you guys know me, I move out of molasses. I move at a pace where snails look at molasses and go, "Damn, that fool's slow." So yeah. Blue Raspberry Rancher. Yeah, you're a candy girl. So you're a candy girl. I can't do that candy shit. What am I vaping on here? Let me see. I got Casadog. It can only be one. I actually have some of that in the closet right now. That shit is bomb. The Captain from 7 Star Juice Co. on Facebook. Okay. I got Kangaroo Custard, also by my boy Smoke 42 Vape. This shit is the real deal. It's really good. It's really, really good. It's got a really nice, beautiful amber color to it. Good for you, Fix It Danner. Yeah, White Girl. Man, I'm actually legitimately do not have White Girl because the last little bit of White Girl I have is going out to the last 2 winners of the contest. I have some too, and I can't vape it. It's so fucking tempting. Chevy Man, what up? Boo, yeah. So, my Tried and True, I can't believe this thing still functions. I get the minigun mod from High Desert Vapor. God damn, I love this thing, man. Will you quit it, please, sir? Tried and True 22 mil mechanical mod. And on it, I have the Alios light. This is probably one of my favorite mods of all time. Swag, you're one of the two people that I'm talking about. So I have two people left that I have to send out White Girl to. There's one person left who actually won some, and then there's one that I have to send to Swag as well. Icing on Flake. Not familiar with it. And Swag, at this point, I just want you to try White Girl. That's what my fucking mission is. So yeah, like I was saying, I got the minigun mod, Elios light. If you're looking for a 22 millimeter setup that is good on flavor yet still hits like kicks like a goddamn mule, then look no further. But you'll never find one. This was a real limited edition thing, especially the Tiffany blue here. I'm not trying to brag. I ain't bragging. But this Tiffany blue, I'm number 112, and I think they made 500. So not a ton of these in circulation. And when I actually reached out to these guys, to High Desert Vapor, they had very little information. The mod that they are most well known for is actually the minigun, not the minigun mod, the shotgun or some shit. It is a 26 650 mod. Hold on one second. That's my dad. This might be important. I'm gonna mute for 1 second. Talk amongst yourself. All right. When dad calls, you got to answer. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it goes. Dad went to go pick up his medic. My dad has this ongoing problem with his medications. Went to go pick up his medication, and they were like, Medicare dropped you. The man's 65 and he's on disability. They didn't drop him. It's fucking bullshit. Anyways. So yeah, so not to brag, but there ain't no way you finding this fucking mod anywhere in the. If you do, then you know my pleasure. But the Eliolus light, the RDA got on here, very very much still in circulation. You can still buy it from the manufacturers. Damn fine 22 mil RDA. Got top. The airflow comes from the top and comes down up underneath the coils. Absolutely amazing. A perfect combination for this freaking kangaroo custard. Cheers. I haven't seen what the hell is going on here in the chat. I'm afraid to ask what Brazilians make lemonade with then. What the hell did I miss? Brazilian lemonade is made with lime. So that sounds good, actually. Do you fill lemons with hot wax? What the fuck am I missing here? Anyways, Brazilian lemonade sounds like a delicious flavor. Send in. You got to send me some DIY one of these times. You can even send me some like one shots. I'll mix it up myself. I would love that. Love it. Limes, condensed milk, seltzer water, bit of sugar. Ooh, rum. I love it. I love it. With the lime in the Coke, you nut. Yeah, I'm with you. But no, to answer old Fix It Danner's concern there, no, I absolutely love this kangaroo custard. Me and Panda both have been really enjoying it. By Cloud Thieves Vapor Co. 3% nicotine by volume. Get this nice, beautiful 100 ml bottle. Got nice artwork on there. Real nice kind of what do you call it? I've said the word a million times, but now I'm blanking on it. It's got a nice vinyl label on there. It's a nice little bottle of liquid. Don Juan Reserve from King's Crest. Well, hit me up. Hook it up. I will try it. This is one of the things we're going to talk about tonight. For sure. About e-liquid and whatnot. Raphael, what up? So, we'll just jump right into it and take a toke. I'm using the Vupu Panda pod system thing here. I'm running low on pods, so this is what I'm using right now. Rocking 24 milligram Vaptasia freaking Rainbow Road. Rainbow Road. Condensed milk, I will say this, Sinin, as someone who has also played around with condensed milk in vaping, I'm assuming you're talking about vaping. That's a tough flavor. That's a tough flavor. That's a very tough flavor. Just do a little state of the channel real quick. While I have you guys here, people who matter at least. So starting to get a grip on the new editing program. Loving it, actually, really enjoying it. I don't know if you guys have seen. I don't know if you guys have seen the latest episode that I released last week, but I was really happy with it. It was, like I was saying, it was the one on the peanut butter and jam monster. I think the editing was really tight. I think the audio, for the first time ever, I was actually fairly happy with. It's never going to be perfect because I don't have a dedicated audio space. I don't have the best microphone. I'm using this. This is what we got. We got this Blue Yeti. I am going to update. This is the Blue Snowball, actually. I am going to update and upgrade to a Yeti Nano microphone, which, why am I fucking out of focus? Focus. Gonna upgrade to a Yeti Nano, but we don't have like a great place to record. Our apartment's just real echoey, so we're gonna try maybe sound deadening foam, etc., etc. But I was actually fairly happy. Zach Johnson, I'll take you up on that. I was fairly happy with the audio as compared to what I have done in the past. Audio has always been the weak point of our channel, without a doubt. So this week's episode I was really happy with, for the most part. Now, okay, so that being said, now that I'm getting a handle on the editing program, hope to get back up to at least 2 uploads of normal reviews a week, plus the live show. That seems to be something that I think I can maintain, and something that I think is doable and is sustainable. I think that any more than that, and it becomes a little bit boring, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. Indy's Best, what up? Yeah, like if I'm doing like a video a day, 5 videos a week, 7 videos a week, to me, I get bored and that comes through. But if I can do 2 reviews a week plus the live show, I'm very happy with that schedule. So I'm going to try to get up to that. One thing I've noticed, though, and this is not just me, having talked to a few other reviewers as well, people just aren't getting a lot of review samples lately. It used to be that every week, or at least every other week, I would get anywhere between 1 and 7 solicitations for review. People, what I mean by that is people saying, hey, I have this product, do you want to review it? And sometimes we would say no, sometimes we would say yes, but every week it'd be between 1 and 7 people hitting us up for review. In the last 2 months, I have gotten 3 solicitations for review. 2 legitimate actual companies, and 1 is my homeboy from Instagram, WireFreak83, wanting me to do a review of his coils. He just opened his coil shop. So things are definitely slowing down. Part of that is that YouTube is changing for vaping, and part of it is just that the vaping market is changing. State by state, city by city, nationwide, vaping is just, it's changing, and there's just not the same kind of Wild West attitude that there was when I first started doing this show. So that being what it is, that's why we started the Patreon. That's why we started advertising the Patreon, so that in case companies just 100% don't send products anymore, we can still provide reviews for stuff that you guys want to see. So big shout out to Tommy Vapors. He was my first patron. God bless, Tommy. God bless. But what do we have coming in for this week? We actually have a new line coming from these guys, actually totally unrelated. But even before I dropped this review, the Jam Monster people hit me up and said that they had a new line coming out, both in Salt Neck and Freebase, that they wanted me to check out. Apparently, it's not related to Jam Monster in any way, just the same people that are doing it. So, oh yeah. Smoke 42 Vape, if you want to send it out, man, I will gladly review it. I will gladly review it. I actually really used to hesitate on asking or allowing viewers to send in products because we were getting so many products for review. But now, if that is what you want to see reviewed, and you're willing to send it in, and I'll review it. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, times are changing. Times are definitely changing. So I am interested to see what's up with the new from Jam Monster, both in Salt and in Freebase. And then there was another company. I'm totally going to blank on the name of it. It's a long-established company, not super high-end or anything, but they also have a new Salt Nick line coming out that they want reviewed. That's something that we, hey, anything that you want to donate, send in is totally fine. And in fact, I don't expect anything from anyone. I don't expect anything from anyone. I do most definitely appreciate it, but do not feel obligated. I was just putting it out there. But thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Sin In is definitely she's definitely in on, so as part of the Patreon tiers, we have like certain tiers. You get to decide what gets reviewed. We're going to do like a monthly call if you want to take part in that. It's going to be like a monthly, like a live stream kind of thing, but it's more like a video call for people of that tier. And they get to decide whether or not they want to, they want to take part in that. But during those calls, that's when we decide what gets bought with the money earned during the month and what gets reviewed. So Sin In will obviously be invited to those meetings because she has donated more to this channel than we have any right to. So I'll keep you updated on that, Sin In, for sure. Yeah, no, I love doing this channel. I just and I want to review things you guys want to watch. It just felt like for a while there I was getting liquids that no one was interested in, and so it was like people were watching because they were interested in just watching content that I was putting out, but it wasn't fun for anyone really, I think. So that was really unfortunate. But yeah, so this week we have coming out, we have Straw Beezy. This is an interesting liquid because this actually came with a mod and sub-ohm tank. It's a seemingly premium bottle of e-liquid. Hey, it's all going towards the channels, and I appreciate it though. So this came with the Bigfoot 200 from, what the hell's the name of that? Wake Modco. So this came as part of the bundle with the mod, with the tank, and this bottle of e-liquid. So yeah, mouth-to-lung devices and Salt Nick have really changed things. And anytime I do get requests from companies, it's always Salt Nick. I enjoy a Salt Nick vape much as anyone else. Let me take a toke. But it's really hard to review Salt Nick e-liquids because the flavor is way different. It's not like, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. Yeah, DIYing is definitely the future, and I'm actually thinking if I get some kind of word on the horizon that things are going to be closing in really quickly, I think I will spend the last couple of months of this channel really dedicating myself to trying to spread the word of DIY, because really I'm in the same boat as sitting in here. I'm very happy with my DIY. That's what I vape 99% of the time, and I feel lucky because they can't stop me from doing that. Um, but it's not about us, and Sinin knows that. It's about the smokers. It's about people who are smoking right now who want to quit and they want to start vaping. Where are they going to go? What are they going to vape? You know. Luckily for me, I have no problem saying right here on YouTube, I will gladly break the law, even if they were to do a full ban of vaping products. I would be so happy to share what I know and what I can produce with people who are interested in quitting. So I don't mind Salt Nick. I think it was in a lot of ways. Let's be real. I think in a lot of ways it was damaging to vaping because it made it appear more dangerous. It changed the perception of vaping. It made it so it created the jewel. Without jewel, there would be no, without high milligram Salt Nick e-liquid, there would be no jewel. Without the jewel, there would not be as much of a lightning rod on vaping as there is. That's just the reality. I got no hatred for Juul. I think they were just doing what they do, um, but it is what it is. But I do enjoy Salt Nick, but it does feel at the same time like we're going backwards. I was down to like a 1.5 even, and now I'm vaping 25 milligram and 50 milligram. Seems like we're going the opposite direction. And now, like I was saying, every product is a Salt Nick product. So yeah, so I guess like what now I start reviewing pod systems, which I have done in the past. Uh, Reviewing Salt Nick, freaking mouth to lung RTAs. It's funny because mouth to lung RTAs, that's what we started with, and that looks like that's what we're going to end with. It's the big cycle. Yeah, mixing with Salt Nick is sketchy. It's actually really sketchy. You can get some dangerous results there. The thing that's so insidious about Salt Nick is that if I was to vape a 50 milligram free base vape, even in something like this, I would die. I would literally die. But Salt Nick makes it so smooth that even a child could handle it. Think about that. Yeah, I've been off for cigarettes for so long. I should have never started with the Salt Nick, but I did, and I enjoy it because that's how they get you. There is an upside to Salt Nicks, though. I do like this. I can sit at my office, or I can sit here at the computer or in the front room, and I can take one toke like this, right? And I'm done. I got my Nick. I'm good. Or I can sit on the couch, and this is conservative RTA. And I can blow giant clouds, and I can fog out the house. And if people don't vape, then they're like, you know, I got kids in the house or got animals. Then I feel bad because they're like, oh, I can't, oh, it's making me sneeze or whatever. I'm about to sneeze right now, actually. Sorry for anyone wearing ear headphones. My bad. Yeah, some people just never can adjust to the Salt Nick. Absolutely not. You know, it's funny. Sinan said, feel like pulling out my old ego pin. I actually did, and I did this for a live show. Actually, Panda showed up here with her old school ego pin with the CE4, glass and steel clear miser, and those are perfect for Salt Nick. It really is funny how things go full circle. Well, thank you, Sinan. Thank you. So how's everybody doing? I can't believe it's Sunday already. One bright spot on this dreary weekend is that this next week coming up is my last week of work, and then I have a week-long vacation. So really excited about that. Going to be going down to the Bay Area, doing all the touristy stuff. We're going to go walk across the Golden Gate. We might even go to Alcatraz. We're going to go to Fisherman's Wharf. Excuse me. We're doing all that stuff. So, yeah. And yes, Indy's best. I will agree with you 100%. I don't care what anyone says. Over time, Nick salts will hurt your throat. If I vape this little pod system all day at work, when I get home, it has substantially, sometimes I feel like I'm losing my voice from vaping Nick salts. This is some heavy duty shit. Here's another thing. Make sure you update your shit app. Hey, much love, white guy. Good luck. Don't break nothing. Don't break any of that beautiful stuff. Yeah, freebase Nick's perfectly fine and acceptable. Vaping swag, what do you mean? Make sure you update your shit app. I don't know what you mean by that. Yes, definitely going to be going to Ghirardelli. Absolutely. Absolutely. Panda's from Florida, so she has no idea what she's in for. Yeah, but Salt Nick, man, definitely hurts your throat. Definitely hurts your throat. And another thing about Salt Nick is that it seems like every company now is using Salt Nick in every capacity, from 3 milligram. Yeah, we can talk about that. We can talk about that. So from 3 milligram, 1.5 milligram, up to 6 milligram, they're just using Salt Nick for everything. Now, for me, I hate that because the 3 milligram, even though it's a very light nicotine ratio, with freebase, you do get this beautiful amber color over time when the nicotine oxidizes, and you do feel it and you do taste it. Nicotine has a flavor. That's why me and Josh, when we started the channel, we would never review 0 milligram nicotine e-liquids because 3 milligram nic added flavor to the liquid, and a 0 milligram was not going to be accurate to what the customer was actually going to get. Let me see here. I wanted to touch on what Swag said. So San Francisco does have a human shit map. So there's an app you can download, and it'll tell you where the most frequently defecated upon places in the city are, because there's a large homeless population, like really big, and they defecate on the streets quite often. We actually have something very similar happening here in Ukiah. Ukiah has a very large homeless population. And I just saw a letter to the editor in the paper recently where they have a homeless encampment on it's like in the parking lot of a gas station at the very far corner. And a local resident called to complain and was saying, why don't the police do something? And the police were saying basically, this owner of this gas station has consented to let them stay there. And they're like, well, it's, this is terrible because there's human waste there and there's feces. And the cop's like, I really don't think, because we have serious crimes that happen here. And he's like, I really don't think that the best use of my time is to be busting people for poop. His exact words, for poop. It was hilarious. Fucking hilarious. Yeah, Ukiah has a huge homeless problem. There's a lot of reasons behind it. So Ukiah, we used to have a giant state hospital back in the 60s, 70s, 50s, 60s, there was state hospitals where people could, if your family member was even just depressed, you could have them committed and they would stay in a state hospital, right? Or if somebody was more seriously mentally ill, like they had schizophrenia, they would stay in a state hospital. During the Reagan years, he shut those things down and basically just released the population of those state hospitals onto the streets. So we have some of those people who stayed and who had children, and they had children, and so we have like these generations of people who have mental illness who have just stayed in the area. We also do not have a lot of jobs available, and we do not have a lot of housing available. And all of those things led to a lot of just kind of like an above average homeless population. Then you had this boom of marijuana, pre-legalization, but post-medical legalization. So it was when there was a lot of money and there was a lot of hype around the Emerald Triangle / Mendocino County and Ukiah. So people were literally showing up to town, hitchhiking, riding in their vans, whatever, saying, "I'm here to work in the marijuana industry. I want to trim the buds." And little did they know, people don't hire a lot of outsiders, random outsiders, to work in their illicit pot farms. And so we had a lot of people who ended up here with no plans, no resources, and they were immediately homeless and relying on services. So our community is kind of taxed to the limit. We did have a temporary homeless shelter. It was just shut down at the beginning of May. And I'm not one to talk. During my addiction and the initial stages of my sobriety, if it would not have been for the Buddy Eller, this is the guy who donated this place, if it would not have been for the Buddy Eller Homeless Center, I would have never gotten clean, and I would have never gotten housing. Literally, the homeless shelter kept me off the streets, kept me clean, and gave me a look at what it could be like to live in a real home. So God bless the Buddy Eller Center, and we truly drastically need a full-time homeless shelter in Ukiah. Not all communities need that. We definitely do. Let me see here. Let me catch up on some chat. Let me go up here a little bit. So I used to have to drive a cab in college in San Francisco and did city tours. It was kind of awesome. That's an awesome job. They wouldn't let me drive after dark though. Yeah, I will say that the bathrooms are few and far between. A lot of businesses hold on to that bathroom key like it's the fucking Willy Wonka's golden ticket. Yeah, no, sit in 100%. So homeless aren't migrants from Mexico, often they're American vets. That's super true. So we just did a what do you call it? A guy came from out of town, and what the hell was his name? It was Dr. Marbit. He came to Ukiah, and he did a big study where he was like looking at all of the homeless population of Ukiah and trying to figure out, like, are people from are they from out of town? Are they, are they from out of the country? Are they citizens? And what he found was that most of the homeless people in our local area, at least, have some kind of relation to the area. So yeah, most homeless people aren't, and it's not a political thing. Homeless people, it's there's so many layers to it, and it's not like it has nothing to do with people coming from outside of the country moving into this country. So, Tommy Vapors, what's going on, brother? Hey, what's going on? Hey, 104 weeks. Absolutely. Thank you so much. That right there, Tommy Vapors, our #1 original patron. God bless. God bless, my friend. JFM, what's happening, brother? Tommy Crew, indeed. Tommy Vapors, one of the OG guys that I met when I first started doing YouTube. He's good people. He's just good people. So, yeah. What are you vaping on, Tommy? If you have a chance, tell us. What are you vaping on, brother? I hope he has time to tell us. I'm always interested. I've seen that he's been releasing a couple of reviews lately, which if you haven't had a chance, Owen, what's going on? Good to see you. If you haven't had a chance to watch Tommy's latest videos, go check him out. I highly recommend him. The man puts out good content. So anyways, I think I've gotten like into like one thing I've been vaping on here. I got a bunch of stack mods going on right now. Got the Mage V2 stack with the Troll V2, Troll V3, something like that. And in here, what the hell's in here? I better vape it and find out. All right, well, we'll say Tommy's vaping on P. So Fernando Suarez said something that's a little controversial, but I kind of agree with him. I think we do need more mental institutions. We need more institutions where people can be put when someone's not able to survive on their own on the streets, someone who has severe psychosis or severe, what's the word I'm looking for here? Paranoid schizophrenia, right? They need somewhere where they can go and be looked after. Okay, that's just the bottom line. They need somewhere where they can be. So, JFM, fucking tragic shelf loss. Got to be careful with that shit, dude. Don't keep all your eggs in one basket. So yeah, so I think there needs to be a combination of available low-income housing for people who are on the cusp. Maybe they do not suffer from mental illness, but maybe they suffer from substance abuse issues, or maybe they suffer from just low to no employment, right? Yeah, unfortunately, schizophrenia and homelessness go hand in hand, and many are misdiagnosed. Yes, Tommy, absolutely. But we need several options. So we need housing for people who are on the cusp, people who, if given the opportunity to have housing, would succeed, like myself, right? The moment I was given housing, I succeeded on a level that I never thought possible. Went back to college, got a good job, got my kids back in my life. It was like someone opening a door for me, right? A door to success. Other people need a more structured environment where maybe they don't need full-time, like round the clock mental health care, but that's where your homeless shelters come into play. It's a more structured environment where people can come to sleep at night, and they have like a crew there who says, hey, you need to take a shower, hey, you need to do your laundry. When I was in the homeless shelter, every night I had a staff member say, Travis, take a shower, Travis, do your laundry. And not that I needed to be told that, But that's how those kind of places operate often, right? They have someone there to keep on you about maintaining good hygiene and about maintaining your clothes and your possessions. Now, the difference between someone walking around smelling like urine and looking disheveled, and someone walking around smelling like ivory soap and looking well put together is night and day. Most of these people, if given the chance to have a shower and clean clothes, would not even look homeless. So, affordable housing, job opportunities, and not just not just minimum wage job opportunities, super important. Um, Another thing is, we need some kind of homeless shelter where people who are not gonna thrive in housing, where they can go. And like James Rivera said, structure is what they're trying to help people with. Yes, structure and having someone to talk to, having a community they can be a part of, right? Super important. And then there needs to be a third tier, which is an institution, somewhere where people who cannot function in society can be held. Right now, I'll tell you what we're doing with them right now. We're keeping them in jail and in prison. And I tell you what, for someone with schizophrenia and substance abuse problems, because usually those two things go hand in hand a lot of times, prison is not the place for them. It's just not. Batman, what up? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Glad to see you stop by. Um, we're having some heavy duty conversations, my friend. So rocking the stack mod, Troll V, whatever, Troll V2, V3. How many fingers is he holding up? How many fingers is he holding up? It's a V2 maybe. And I got something in here. I think I got Bebe Cakes by Vape Wild. Vape Wild was nice enough. They sent out a bunch of crap to me. I actually really do not mind Vape Wild flavors. I know some people it's hit or miss with them. I actually really enjoy most of the Vape Wild flavors that I've had. Not too bad at all. And that's not even me shilling for them. Yeah, that's so true. So rent and mortgage, especially in the California area, keeps a lot of people homeless. If you're working at McDonald's, even if you're working at McDonald's and your spouse is working at McDonald's, all right. So, and let's say you're not even making minimum wage. Let's say, thank you very much, Zach Johnson, Troll V2. Let's say you're both managers at McDonald's. So you're making like $10, $12 an hour, and you're working full time. You're both working. Um, that's still not enough to pay for rent and utilities and a car and food and everything you need to survive. You just can't afford to live. You just can't afford to live. Not where I live. And it used to be this part of California was the cheap part. Not anymore. There is no cheap part of California. Tups 24. What up, man? So, let's get into some vaping stuff. I mean, we're getting into some heavy duty stuff, but let's get into some vaping stuff. I've heard some stuff in the news lately. Let's see if we can bring some stuff up on the old screeny screen. Yeah, the Bay Area is untenable. That's why most people work in the Bay Area and then live somewhere else, because it's just impossible. It's absolutely impossible. There's no living in the Bay Area unless you want to share like a 1-bedroom apartment with 5 other people and pay $2,000 $2,000 a piece. No, thank you. Trying to find some vaping news here. I saw some stuff pop up. Uh, I mean, it's all the same shit. How do we keep this out of the hands of kids? Blah, 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 blah. It's such bullshit. Nicotine taxes in Colorado. Walgreens makes tobacco 21 company policy for the whole country, not just for California. Locally here in Mendocino County, a kid was caught selling cartridges, cannabis-filled cartridges for vape pens to his classmates. These were sixth, seventh, and eighth graders, and a 19-year-old had actually put him up to it. So bad for vaping locally. So bad for vaping locally. Oh wow, Sinan lives in the Bay Area. Wow, no, yeah, that's awful. Yeah, if you get if you get good work, if you get good work, if you work in the right industry, then it's tenable. Um, but it's always sad when you look at like what you could be getting for the same money in other areas. You know, yeah. Hey, I'd rent a one-bedroom apartment for 900. That's fuck. I rent. I'm in Ukiah, and I rent a one-bedroom apartment for 700 a month. So, you know, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, it's real bad for vaping here locally. Um, but like I was saying at the beginning of the year, and it's really bearing itself out. 2019 is going to be the year that vaping. We're either going to make it or break it. You know, the rest of the world seems to have kind of decided vaping is going to be good and something they're going to embrace. And the United States has said no, 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 no. Well, good for you, Sinan. Yeah, when it comes to real estate, much like jobs, it really is who you know. It really is who you know. Do, 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 do. Oh, so if anybody noticed, it's really embarrassing, but I saw somebody did actually comment on it. But I have narcolepsy, so it's really embarrassing. So if you see me ever nod off or anything like that, it's usually pretty well under control because I'm talking constantly, right, and that keeps my mind active. But I have narcolepsy that if I kind of slow down for a second, I will lose consciousness a little bit. It's usually not for an extended period of time, but it will happen. So um, I'm such a fucking mess. Um, it happens when I'm driving. Unfortunately, sometimes. Generally, I have to drive with someone else so that they can be talking to me while I'm driving. But then the flip side of that is I also have what do you call it? Insomnia. So I don't actually sleep at night, but then during the day, I sit down for a second and I fall asleep. So no absence seizure. No, it's just freaking narcolepsy, my man. I lose consciousness for very short periods of time. Shane Smith, my man, what up? So and Shane Smith and Swag are the two people who I still owe White Girl to. Everyone else has gotten theirs. And Zoe, I don't think she's here tonight, but Zoe, I have a bottle of freaking menthol, Naked 100, that I'm sending out to them. I'm so sorry. It's taken so long. But yeah. Yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks. There's been some pretty embarrassing times for my narcolepsy, like in staff meetings at work. Luckily for me, I'm really open about myself, right? And because that's the way you avoid embarrassment, for the most part. But so in staff meetings, I've told everybody that I work with, and we're all pretty close. And so I'll be. Oh, you got yours, Shane. Oh, okay. Who the fuck do I owe? Wow. I thought that you were one of the ones that I owed. So I guess I don't. I guess it's just swag. But there's there's been times at staff meetings where it'll be like, and the thing about narcolepsy that's weird is it's not like you're getting tired and then you fall asleep. It's like I'm right here and then I'm unconscious. So there's been a couple times where I'd be like, blah 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 blah, this, clients this and clients that, and this is our fiscal quarter, this fiscal quarter, this is the fucking, and then I'm like out. And the next thing I know, I'm snoring, and my friend who sits next to me goes, "Hey, hey, wake up!" And everybody laughs at me and stuff. So, um, you know, all you can do when it comes to things like that, all you can do is kind of laugh it off a little bit. So, yeah. So Shane got his. So who the fuck do I owe White Girl to besides swag? Huh? What? I am. No, because it's not what I want. Can we talk about it when I'm done? I'm almost done, okay? Yeah, yeah, don't get me wrong. Um, I will take my narcolepsy over fucking Crohn's or any of the other crazy shit any day of the week. Well, Shane, I'm glad you got yours. Awesome. Good to know. Yeah, you got to let people, like, the thing about things like narcolepsy, there's a lot of diseases that are out there, or brain disorders or whatever, right? That for some reason people are really embarrassed by. Ooh, I just made me look like the devil. I have an RGB strip right here on my desk now. Like sometimes it'll like be red or blue, and it kind of makes me look like the devil, like right there. Look at that, evil. The thing is, you have to be honest. If you're not honest about shit like that, um, you're really asking for trouble, and there's really nothing to be embarrassed by. I can't control this. If I could control it, I wouldn't fall asleep at really random places and really random times. I just lost consciousness doing a fucking live broadcast on YouTube. That was really embarrassing, and I tried to play it off for a minute like it didn't happen. But see, that's not what I want to do. I should have addressed it right when it happened. You know what I mean? But um, I know you're a fucking stand-up guy, Shane. But you could have definitely lied and got a fucking free model. Do you like it though? Shane Smith likes it. You like White Girl? Anybody in chat who's had White Girl, do you like it? You don't have. Honestly, you won't hurt my feelings. Is there something you didn't like about it? I want to know. I want to know. Oh no, Shane, you didn't miss something. I was right when we started the show. I have narcolepsy, and I focused in on something, and I lost consciousness for, I mean, it was like 2 seconds, and then people started commenting in the chat about it, and I started talking about something else like it didn't happen, and I just circled back around to it. So, if anybody is interested in White Girl, yeah, I mean, my ultimate goal is to try to get it available in some way, whether that be a one shot or whatever, Good for you, Shane. Yeah, I know Shane's had it a couple times. Yeah. Um, I will say this to pimp out the fucking Patreon one more time. Part of the Patreon, if you get the highest tier of the Patreon, one of the tier rewards is, some from my hand to your hand, White Girl, on a quarterly basis. So I'm just saying, like 100 mils a few times a year. There you go. No, nothing to be ashamed of. You know what? No matter what your issues are, because we all have fucking issues, you're instead of being ashamed of shit like that, own it. Just own it. It is who you are. It is what makes you who you are. People, it's like one of the things that we get to joke about at work when we're doing staff meetings and shit. It's like they know they have to keep me entertained, otherwise I'm gonna fall asleep. Or also I play it off a lot. Like if I just need a nap at work, I'll just take a nap at work, and people go like, Travis, he just got that narcolepsy. He's not just legitimately taking a nap, but I am. So I busted out the old school. I have had this clone, this AV clone. This is a clone, obviously. I can't afford this. This is a clone of the Able mod um, uh, in stack mode. The thing was, these, um, yeah, kids are fucking pricks, man. Kids are pricks. So no, I've never had a sleep study done. So I've been, people have really pressured me to do that. I want to do that. My insurance is kind of weird about it, though. I would need to get prior auth, and I just haven't gone through that process yet. So these stack mods, you have to have like a little spacer, right, with like a little piece of metal in between them for them to function. Now this mod actually came with one, but I lost it. It was a little plastic disc with a piece of metal. So this was actually an 18650 adapter for a 2700 mod that I cut and made my own adapter for these stack mods with. It's not ideal. Oh shit, I just lost that one. And I did have to give up one of my adapter. But I have a ton of adapters for 2700 to 18650. So I said, fuck it. And now, not only can I rock my original Able stack mod, but I can also rock my freaking broadside stacks. I have two of these broadsides, and so I can run these in stack mode now, which I actually really enjoy. To stack broadside, I don't really like broadsides, but you put them in stack mode, and I actually think they hit harder than Mike Tyson in his prime. So what's everybody's build? We kind of talked about what we're vaping. What kind of build does everyone have in their device? Are you rocking a sub-ohm tank? Do you have pre-made coils? Are you rocking fused Claptons? Do you have something a little bit more unique, perhaps? In this one, I have had this build in here for a really long time. I really hope I can get it to focus. I'm like hesitant to get rid of it because it's so unique. Oh, there's no way I'm gonna get it to focus. Oh man. Oh, there it is. Now this is in the Pulse 20, the Pulse 24. And I will say that stuffing all that fucking coil in this Pulse 24 was not an easy task. So once I got it in there, I do not want to take it out. And it hits so hard, so immediate. One of the comments that I had on one of my videos was, you push your button and you immediately blow out more vape than I've ever seen, or something like that. And yeah, that's how I vape. That's how I get down. So I just wanted to touch bases with everybody this week. I didn't want to let another week go by without a live show. And kind of give like I said, like an update on the channel. Got the Filmora kind of figured out. Got the new computer, is raging. It's fucking kicking ass. It's taking names. Rendering on this computer is a dream. It's a dream come true. 12 cores, 6 cores, 12 threads, choose through any render, even green screen, even with After Effects, this thing just chews right through it. So it actually renders in faster than real time. Rye, what up? Rye's going to be on the show next week, whether he knows it or not. I just put him on the spot. Like I was saying, I didn't have anybody on the show this week, just because it was kind of like a last minute thing. I've been really, really busy. April was Sexual Assault Awareness Month. My job is a prevention education coordinator for a domestic violence and rape crisis center. So during April, since it's Sexual Assault Awareness Month, I do a lot of outreach. We had a special little bar, what do you call them? Bar coasters made that said like consent is sexy. They were amazing. They were a big hit. We had little standees made that local businesses put up. I made buttons, tons of stuff. Went into a lot of schools. I literally did a presentation on sexual assault and human trafficking for over 1,000 freshman students during April. So I got in front of a lot of kids during April, got in front of a lot of adults during April, did a lot of trainings on sexual harassment for businesses. And that's on top of also, working in the office, doing crisis counseling, answering phones. With a nonprofit, it's like everybody does everything. But during April and during October, those are my really, really busy months. And if you want to see something really fun, there's a local radio station called KZYX, and I actually recorded a commercial for Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So if you want to see something pretty fun, you can go, and I'm pretty sure it's on their website. You can hear me do my little spiel on Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So, not to brag, but I am a well-respected member of my community. So, who would have fucking thunk it? As I burp. But you know what? I love you guys so much. Look forward to more reviews coming up this week. God, I can't stop hiccuping. So this week, we're going to have a review for Kangaroo Custard. We're going to have a review for this Straw Beezy. Like I was saying, the Straw Beezy came with the Bigfoot 200 from Wake Mod. So, is a bottle of e-liquid that comes with a mod any good? You're going to find out. What else did I review? I reviewed other shit, too. Stay tuned for that. You're going to see all that shit. At least one of those. And like I was saying, finally getting used to my freaking Filmora. Filmora is the editing program I'm using now. Really enjoying it. You guys go watch last week's video, the peanut butter and jam monster. Let me know what you think. I really think it was the fidelity of it, I think, was the best that we've had as of yet. Both audio and video quality. The editing was good, I thought. There's still some hiccups because I'm still getting to know it. But for the most part, I really was happy with it. So, and I was having fun doing it. And that's something that has that sometimes is missing when there's products that I don't give a shit about. But since this product was sent out by a good friend, I was excited about it, and it really shows. It really, really shows. So again, that's why it's so important that if there's things you want me to review, let me know, because I want to review what you guys want to see, man. I don't want to just waste my time doing some random e-liquid from Hoboken, no diss on New Jersey, but just some random Hoboken, New Jersey e-liquid that nobody's even heard of and no one gives a fuck about. So much love to everybody. I'm going to get out of here. Rye really is going to be on the show next week. I don't give a fuck what he says. You heard me, Rye. You're on the show next week. I'll hit you up. We're going to be looking at some coils from Wirefreak 83. If you don't know, Wirefreak 83 makes some amazing, calling them multi-core aliens is really doing them a disservice. Last time he sent me core aliens, he had 10 core aliens. And these aren't no bitch aliens either. These are like point oh something aliens. You know what I mean? These are like Big Lou low, but since Big Lou is no longer Big Lou from Big Lou East Coast Review, we're gonna call him Big Travis Low now. That's right. I'm taking the mantle of rocking ridiculously low on builds. So they're Big Travis Low, and I can't wait to get my hands on him. He just recently messaged me again. His website is up. So once I get my hands on the coils and I can play around with them a little bit, I will share that with you guys, and I will share that website with you guys and let you get your hands on some yourself. And yes, super excited about it. And Rye will be there with me to help talk about it. You're coming on the show. I want Rye to come on the show. I want, if you're ever, anybody who's in here, if you're ever interested in coming on the show, this stands for SEN. This stands for JFM. Thank you very much, JFM. Swag, if you ever want to come on the show, man, I would love to have you come on the show, Swag. Everybody, Church, you know what I mean? Shane Smith, Fix It Danner, any of you guys, if you ever want to come on the show, just message me, let me know, and we will make it happen. I love to have you guys on the show. All right. Until next time, you know what? I'm going to get out of here. It's almost 8:30, so I got shit to do. Much love. You better be naked. God damn it. All right. Anyways, love you guys so much. Peace out. Keep your coils tight. Until next time, we'll see you then.